So, and then we have a question here from Stifler. Asked everyone to rate their looks on a scale of 1 to 10. So we'll go around the table on this one. What do you rate your looks on a scale of 1 to 10? Go ahead.
Oh my gosh. Maybe a 7.
I'd give myself an 8.
Ooh.
I got so yelled at last time, but a 4 or 5.
What? No.
You're higher than that.
We were much higher than that.
No, but that's why everyone yelled at me, because they were saying I was fishing, but that's just my own view of myself.
Oh, sometimes we're our own worst critics.
Totally.
So
It's usually 4 or 5. I would say 7.
I think I'm like funny, so I think it like boosts me to like a fucking. I think I'm like a 9 because I'm funny.
But it's looks.
Are we doing
Just
looks alone?
Oh,
Just
looks
looks.
alone? Like with makeup or no makeup?
How about both if you want?
Okay, so like when I wake up in the morning, no makeup, I think I'm like an 8, and then
Okay.
like when I do my makeup, I think like a 9.
But I thought you were funny. So with the funny, you were a 10?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Total package.
There you go.
I think you guys are all giving yourselves too low. That's my opinion. And to my husband, I'm a 10, and that's what matters to me.
Okay.
But to you.
To me,
Self-assessment.
I mean, because I think his love for me just gives me extra joy, I would say, yeah, I see myself as a 10 when I'm with him.
Hell yeah, we're both 10s.
So,
today.
yeah.
Solid. 7.5, 8 on a good day.
Justin.
Oh, guys are doing this.
Yeah, we're doing it too, I guess.
Yeah. Dude, I don't know. I've never thought about this. I'm just going to have to be a 10 then.
Okay. All right. Okay. Kaiser Wilhelm III back there. What?
10.
Yeah.
All right.
Fuck
Good
yeah.
times. Good times.
What about you?
I give myself 6.
Really?
That's
Wait,
it.
have you relegated yourself from
Just a
6.9?
Well, 6.9 on a good day.
Okay.
6.9 on a good day. 6, you know.
I think after seeing the
69.
beard on your Instagram, like you should definitely give yourself a little bit of a higher number. Most guys
Yeah,
can't.
I like
can't
the
grow
long
a beard like that. You know?
I like the long beard actually.
Well, you know.
I just feel like there's always room for improvement.
We're giving you a 7.
You know?
No, we're giving you an 8. So you're an 8. Say 8.
Say
You went
it.
from 7 to 8. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm a 6. Okay, so I have a couple questions just to bring it back really quick to Justin. In terms of kind of your relationships with women, is it closed? It's closed on their end, right?
Yeah.
Like you may have a couple girls here and there, maybe more than a couple, but they are exclusive to you. Is that correct? Just into the mic if you.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
What would you tell one of them if they wanted to be with other guys?
It was nice to know you. It's not a problem. Yeah. Look, man, I'm not forceful at all. Like, this is a choice thing. If a woman sees it as a valuable thing, then so be it. And I honestly, I think the way the conversation's going is it's like I have like 80 wives or some shit. You know what I'm saying? No, if they want to go, they can go, man. No problem.
Do you think
That was what I expected.
Yeah, you should always be calm and respectful. You never, I don't believe in raising your voice and getting angry, anything like that, you know?
I have a
Let 'em
question.
roll.
Do you think marriage should be public?
What do you mean?
Do you think that when you commit your life to someone and you're going to build a family with them, do you think that should be done in community, so public?
I think that's up to the people that do it. I don't think there's a right way to do it at all. So, that's up to you.
So you think like for children, they don't have the right to know whether or not their parents are married and be able to feel that when they go out into society and share
Yeah,
that?
I think that if your kids ask, you should tell them the truth 100%. There's no lie or nothing I would ever keep from a child of mine.
Meaning the truth about, no, we're not married. I have other people I'm sleeping with.
Whatever they ask me, I would answer. Yeah.
I think as somebody that was raised by a single mom, like those things, they don't matter as much to your child as you think that they may. I mean, it did have an effect on my relationships growing up, but it's also something like you can learn from that experience through your parents, you know? Like you can, as long as you have open communication with your child, and I don't have any children, but I have younger siblings, and I'm openly communicative with all my family members.
I think what's most important when it comes to kids is their love in the house. Do they see
Exactly.
love between their parents? Not
Or-
are they
or-
living the way of making people that go to church happy.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very downward deflecting question you're asking me, and I understand why you're doing it. However, I'll put love first in front of marriage every day of the week, because people get married in America every weekend, putting the marriage and the Facebook pictures before the actual love. So I'll take the love over all the bullshit.
I think that's probably true. There's a lot
It's
of
definitely true.
There's a lot of hypocrisy out there for sure.
There's a lot of
especially on social
hypocrisy in
media and all
Christianity
that.
as well.
Yeah.
Like Bible thumping people that want to beat you up with their views and ask silly questions about things that don't matter. Like, is your kid going to be upset that you have other women? All I'm worried about is being a good father and a provider and giving them a life full of love. And if I can do that, I've been quite successful. In fact, I'd say more successful than most Christians.
So my understanding
Shots
of love,
fired.
my understanding of love is that it is totally wanting the best for the other person, and that it's committed, and that it's sacrificial, and that it's exclusive, it's faithful. And fidelity, I think, is a really important part of love. And if you don't have fidelity in love, then you don't have the security and the opportunity for full vulnerability.
Can I throw a hypothetical at you?
Yeah, please do.
If, and this is a hypothetical, please don't get offended, but if your husband were to do something that was not okay with you whatsoever, to the point where you did not any longer want to be with him, whether that's cheating or something else that's just a no for you, would you leave
She
them?
would stay.
Would you leave them to just please your children and to keep your family together? Is that like you're willing to risk your own happiness and well-being, or even safety, if it was something that was that extreme?
Are you talking about abuse?
I'm using a hypothetical.
Okay.
Whatever it is that would be like a straight, like, I need to leave this
Sure.
person. Would you stay with them just for the convenience and also the toxicity that it could bring into your household, inflicting your children, you know?
So my position is and it's the position of the Catholic Church as well, which is that if you're in a situation in a marriage that's abusive, right, it's causing harm to you or your children, then you definitely should create separation. You should leave. You can actually get a legal divorce if you need to separate your assets. But the position of the church and my belief is that marriage is forever, until death do us part. Until death do us part. So you can marry someone and they become a screwball. You know, they totally mess up. They do bad things, and you should separate yourself from them for your protection or your kids' protection. But you then don't go on and just remarry and try to live another life. Now, there's something in the case if you were lied to. So there's something called annulment, which some people say, oh, that's Catholic divorce. It's actually not. Annulment is when it's as if the marriage never happened, because people were lying typically when they go into the marriage. So like typically abusers don't just start abusing after marriage, they're abusing before marriage too, or they're lying. So if they're lying to you in a serious way and you go into a marriage, you weren't able to freely choose that marriage. And so afterwards you can request an annulment from the church and be like, hey, I don't think I was even married because I didn't freely choose this. I didn't know this guy was a liar and, you know, addicted to pornography and abuse and all these things. And so in that case you could nullify the marriage and then be free to actually get married.
I want to say something just to be completely fair to you. I think what you have in your marriage is absolutely beautiful. No
Thank
problem
you.
with it at all. I think that if you two are happy and like living together in the Lord, and like you see a future that goes past this life to heaven, I think that's a beautiful thing. No
Thank
issue
you.
at all.
Well, and
and you
it's-
should be
yeah.
commended for doing it, properly.
Well, but
And not properly in regards to your religion. I don't mean to cut you off, but properly in regards to like what you are setting out to do with him. I think that's a beautiful thing.
Well, we're definitely imperfect people figuring it out, right? And that's what part of marriage is becoming better together, you know, in that total commitment to each other. But the thing is, like, I'm passionate about not just wanting it for myself, right? Like, I'm very grateful to be married. It has rooted my life. It has anchored my life. It has changed my life. But I don't want to just keep that to myself and be like, oh, this is just my personal thing over here. I want other people to have the opportunity for that, too.
What do you think it takes for women to get in a position to find a husband that will commit to them fully and give their life to them? What do you think that takes?
Well, I think the first step is working on yourself and your own development as a woman, becoming the best that you can be, and then having good standards for the man that you're going to be with. Like, to be perfectly honest with you, I would not ever date a guy who I thought would be unfaithful to me. Not even date him. Never. If I found out my person I was dating is sleeping with other women or sleeping with anyone, honestly, because we didn't have sex before marriage, I'd be like, no, I'm not interested in that.
But I ask you what you think a woman needs to do.
I think the woman needs to become the best she can be. She needs to grow psychologically, be healthy. If she needs to heal from trauma from her childhood, a lot of us have baggage. I had baggage. Go get the therapy that you need. Really understand.
Do you not believe that therapy is in the church and Christianity?
Do I not believe what?
Do you not believe it's everything that you need is at church? You can't just find that in the Word?
Well, the beauty of Catholicism is it's very much focused on the whole person, right? So it's not like we're just spiritual beings, right? We're also bodies with desires, with traumas, with experiences. And so the psychological world and, psychological health is an important part of bodily health. And it connects to your spiritual health. So therapy is great. Obviously we totally promote therapy for those that need it. Mental health is really important. So just because you're doing the right thing spiritually doesn't mean you're necessarily mentally healthy. You may need to get mental health support too. I think this is actually something a lot of people who are really spiritual fall into. They think, if I'm just pray enough, I can make my depression go away, right? And yes, sometimes God does just heal depression like that, but a lot of the time God uses natural means like a good therapist, a good